guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do 3 different looks using Natasha Denona's Metropolis palette. If you follow me on Instagram, you knew that the day this arrived, I did a little story and I was like, oh, this palette has arrived. I had wanted to get this palette when it was first released last year, either November or December, but at that time I had already purchased the Lila palette and then a McGrath palette, so I was like, oh, pace yourself, let's just wait. And then it took a year, but now it's finally here. She's a beaut. So I'm not going to swatch every shadow. Usually I do, but because this palette has been out for a whole year, I think there's already a lot of videos. I'm sure, you know, those of us who are enthusiasts have already seen videos on this palette. So I'll just focus on the looks, but I do want to, just off the website, read the description because there is this really cool theme about the palette that inspired her, Natasha Denona, to create this color story. This to me is very grungy, and the terracotta colors here is that like burnt shade. So from the website, this palette is described as an iconic limited edition 28 eyeshadow palette created in commemoration of Natasha Denona's 5th anniversary. It's a very special palette featuring color shades inspired by the New York color scheme of the 20th century. Metropolis eyeshadow palette includes astonishing browns alongside bold green and blue chromes, velvety mattes, and sparkling metallic textures. These shadows are packed with the highest quality ingredients to create buttery soft shades that blend seamlessly to achieve vibrant, ultra-pigmented, long-lasting looks. The palette is user-friendly to everyone. Very, very cool. Special meaning. 5 years anniversary, New York, so cool. I'll talk a bit about my experience in creating looks with this palette. I will say up front that some of these color combinations, you know, where they sit next to each other are not combinations I would think of on my own. So leave it to an expert like Natasha to help us along and inspire us. A bit more about this palette. Does have 28 eyeshadows and a shelf life of 24 months. The product is made in Italy. The packaging too is this kind of soft fabric-like packaging, which makes it easy to do this with it. You'll see me struggle a bit during the tutorial, and then I realize I'm like, oh yeah, you can fold this. This is why, like, it was meant to be folded like this, so it's easy to work with. Anyway, I find that these shades right here, right, this right here, they're quite similar, at least on my skin tone, light to medium skin tone. And I don't know that, you know, especially when you see a quadrant like this, because she had meant that you could take 4 shades from a quadrant or, you know, shades across or down or diagonally and be able to create a look with it. I don't know, for me, taking these 4 shades here, I could create really like a complete look, or what I would feel would look complete on me. So that's just something to be aware of. I created a look on my left eye with these shades here. Didn't have any, you know, issues or having to like really think if it's gonna work for me. Created a look with the shades around up here, same thing. So I think just like the terracotta shades that, you know, have that orangey, burnt orange undertone to it, just something to be aware of if you do get this palette. And before we head to the tutorial, just a quick announcement. If you enjoy Sonia G, her brushes, and basically anything she releases, like a lot of us, this little towel, it's cotton on the side and kind of microfiber cloth made of, I think, nylon and spandex on the other side. You can see I already cleaned my brushes on here. This is still available on Beautylish. It's $23 and super, super cute. I don't have microfiber towels, cloths for makeup, so this was like a natural, like, yeah, I'm gonna get one. But if you need stocking stuffers, you like Sonia G, this is still available. And her Keyaki brushes that are limited edition for the holiday are still available on Beautylish as well. So if you're interested, and I'll put a photo of the brushes up top, I'll link below so you guys can go take a look and see if you want to get this for yourself. There's also a limited edition brush holder that is currently sold out, but she is bringing more back, so good news there. Very, very surprising that that brush holder sold out within hours. And very glad she's bringing it back so more people can enjoy it. Link below, you can sign up to get notified for when they get the next shipment. So anyways, I thought this was like super urgent and I just wanted to squeeze it into this video. Let's head on to the tutorials. See you guys at the end. I'm going to take rope and use that as my base. Then I'm going to take taupe, using the shade to deepen and define the outer corners. And we're going to buff that out. And it looks like I need a little bit more taupe right here, so I'm actually going to go in with this brush to see if we can get a bit more pigment and also better area coverage. Yeah, that looks better. I went in with this flat definer from Sonia G Sky eye set because I wanted to really control the area and not deepen it too much, but it looks like I need some help. I need a bigger brush. Then I'm going to take the jumbo blender. We're going to diffuse taupe. Now I'm going to add lethal, and we're using this as a transition shade from taupe. Same thing as before, we're going to diffuse it. Taking shield, we're popping that into the inner corners. Then we'll go back in once again with rope, and we're blending the crease out a little bit more so there's no harsh lines. And then we're going to take Orium here with the pinky, popping that to the center of the lids. I'm going to add some eyeliner to the upper lash line. And for under the eyes, we're just going to add a little bit of taupe to the corners here. And we're actually not going to line the entire lower lash line. And I'm dipping into Queen for the brow bone. For cheeks, I'm going to use Jouer Bouquet D'amor blushes, and I'm going to go into Adore Me. I added mascara off camera. Now I'm going to put some Pixie on. This is Victoria Beckham's Posh lipstick. Pixie is the shade. It's very nude, laid back look, but still interesting, and I love how the eyes turned out. There is something about army green, swamp green, like that kind of green. It's just very flattering for many people. This is the finished look. Taking Chrism, I'm going to put that on the crease. Then I'm putting Aqueous all over the lid. Then I'm going to take Stain to blend Aqueous and Chrism, these two shades, together a bit better. So I'm just gonna diffuse that into both shades. And then I'm adding Enigma to the outer corners. And then I'm blending that out into the crease. Then I'm adding crest. I should have just done this earlier. I should have just folded the palette. I don't know why I've never done that. That's actually one of the pros of these type of palettes, is that you can fold them like this and hold them really easily. Live and learn. Then I'm gonna put crest onto the inner corners, blending that color upwards towards the other two shades. And then with a finger, I'm popping Helena onto the center of the lid. On the left eye, we're going to start with Noble, and we're putting that all over the lid. And I'm going to buff that out some more. And then we're adding Azoic along the upper lash line. Then we're taking Imperia and we're adding that above Azoic on the crease. Then I'm adding Blaze right here. And because I do want just a pop of color or something, we're gonna go with Jubilee. Since Jubilee is a shade that's right around all of the other shades we've been using for the left eye, I just want to see what that effect is when I put it towards the center of the lid. If it doesn't look good, we can always kind of blend it out and do something different. Oh, kind of like that. Let's blend out. I do like that. Makes it more interesting, because when you blink, there's like another color you can see. All right, I'm going to clean up under the eyes. Actually, I'll just do that on camera because I want to show you guys what to expect in terms of fallout. So this is the right eye, a little bit, and then this is the left eye. Really not too bad. There's a little bit, but really not too bad. So I'll put on concealer foundation, then we'll come back for under the eyes. For under the right eye, we're gonna go back into aqueous here, and I'm just going to add some of that under on the lower lash line as a tight line. I'm actually going to go into Enigma as well, just to deepen it up at the innermost corner. And I am all about brown eyeliners these days, so we're going to use Clinique's Quick Liner, as well as the brown liquid eyeliner. So the Quick Liner is in shade Intense Chocolat. For blush, we're taking Jouer's Adore Me. For highlighter, I'm going to go into Hourglass's Ambient Edit Sculpture Palette that they released this year. And this highlighter they have is called Strobe Powder Glistening Strobe Light, which is this one right here. For lips, I'm going to first take Wayne Goss's lip liner. This is in the shade Saphia. And after lining my lips, I'm gonna take Surratt's Lip Sleek. This is in the shade Bon Bon. This is the finished look. I really like Metropolis. I think it's so fun. Like the number of shades that you get from this palette, it's also not in this like oversized, gigantic, you know, you can't take it anywhere with you. It has to be stationary at home. But this, if you wanted to, you could still make it work. It's easy enough to be on the go with it. And I love that these color combinations here is not something I would think to pair them together. You know, these orange and blue, I think if I had this orange shade, I would probably look towards playing with brown and purple. Like I think this shade and these shades here, you know, might be a really fun combination to do, but she put it all the way here with some blue, more blue, and red. So very interesting. I think this eye look is also something that, again, would not have done if these were not in close proximity with each other. And I think it is a nice eye look. It's not something I'm used to seeing on myself, but I think it still looks nice. You get definition, dimension from the deeper blue shades, but it's still bright and grungy, which is very, you know, apparent with the theme of this palette. And I would say of all the shades I tried on for all three looks, Azoic is my favorite. It is a kind of high impact. It could be one and done, but you'd have to go in light-handed because with just the 2 dabs, I had more than enough product to work with. And I think it's so pretty. You could just put a little bit onto the outer corners here, blend into you know, your inner corner, the rest of the lid. Get like a really kind of somewhat mysterious look. So this so far is my favorite shade. And with the 3 looks that I did kind of stick to, you know, quadrants. So on the left eye, we kind of stuck with this area here. And then on the right eye, you know, kind of this area plus the shade here. And then the 3rd look, I use mostly shades around here, I think, right around here. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of fun. Love this palette. I know the sales are over by now on Natasha Denona's website. This palette, although limited edition, looks like it's going to be around for at least the next couple of months. So if this is something you're interested in, I would keep your eye out for the next sale. Or if you just have to have it for Christmas, it's certainly available and you can grab it. I know right now Sephora is doing, what is it, triple points for VIB, and then VIB Rouge is like 4 times the points. So you can kind of get a bonus points there if you want to get this. So I'll provide a link below if you're interested. Well, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.